RiverBender.com. Now, back to our daily show.
Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind, the sun, or the rain. We can be like they are. Come on, baby.
Welcome back. 9:14, little bit of change on this 21st day of October. Dave, how are we doing this morning, sir?
Great this morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, learning a little bit more about this Veterans Information Fair and the Olin Veterans Network, this is really a great opportunity for so many folks that truly need some valuable information to get it all in one place. And thanks for your time today.
No, absolutely. It's, we're grateful that the VFW Post 1308 in Alton has agreed to partner with us on this.
They're great.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, we're having it at their location. And is it okay if I kind of tell you a little bit about the Olin Veterans Network?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I work for Olin Corporation. We're based out of Clayton, Missouri, which is, of course, St. Louis. And Olin has a couple of divisions. They have the Chemicals Division, which is an international division. And then we have Winchester Ammunition, which, of course, is based out of East Alton, Illinois. That's our division headquarters. We have a manufacturing facility there. And some of what we do is we have employee networks, one of them being our Olin Veterans Network. We also have an Olin Professionals Network. We have an Olin Inclusion Network. We have a Women of Olin Network. And we also have an Olin Outdoor Network. So it's a way for us to get employee interest, to cater to interests they have, to hobbies they have, while also building a small community they can lean on.
And see, I think that's really important for the folks to know, because sometimes whenever, you think of an Olin or a company that's a little bit larger, you don't realize all of the really great initiatives that they have set up to really help support and create community within the organization, and that's great to hear.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And actually, Olin also implemented volunteer time off for employees.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so most employees receive, it's normally between 16 and 40 hours of paid time off to volunteer in our communities with 501c3 and other organizations. And, our Olin Veterans Network, we're really big on that. Our primary goal, of course, is to support our Olin veteran employees, to make sure, them and their families have support they need, but also get them involved in initiatives outside of our fence line, like this information fair that we're having on November 2nd.
Well, and we'll dive right into that here in a second. But before we do, as Vice President of Human Resources for the organization, it's got to be great to have these type of projects, because I know that there's got to be so much that happens in the corporate life, all the time. But to really have these moments to where you guys can come together as a group, or, whatever kind of form it is, this has got to be really needed just for the organization itself.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And it's amazing how much pride our employees take in being part of these employee networks and getting out in the community, and like you said, it would be great if we went to work and our work was full of fun every day and everything we did was fun, but that's not life, right?
Yeah.
But our Veterans Network and our other networks provide some of that outlet for our employees.
Well, and this outlet's great for the community to be a part of, too. And Sherry was filling me in, and really just the work that y'all have done on this is wonderful. This fair is going to provide critical information to veterans on how and where to find resources available to them. I did a radio show in St. Louis. My first gig was... it was called the Veterans Radio Network. Okay. And it talked all about how the VA was changing for the veteran. There were some better changes happening, but how do you unlock those resources? What is available, what's not. And the amount of phone calls that we would get every Sunday for folks that truly needed help, that didn't get help for a long time or nowhere to go, it was just, amazing to me in all the wrong ways. Right. And for this to be happening right here in Alton, there's so many folks that, fit right there in that category here in the region.
Right, and you're correct, and it's not just the VA that provides assistance to our veterans. There's a lot of organizations out there. For this event that we're having so far, we've confirmed. Well, someone from the Illinois Attorney General Office will be there. The Kaufman Group out of St. Louis, the U.S. Veterans Foundation out of Jerseyville, Metro East Vet Center out of Swansea. The SIU School of Dental Medicine, they're going to show up.
Really cool.
Yeah, Centerstone out of Alton, Veterans Curation Program out of St. Louis, Senior Services Plus out of Alton, and there's others that I don't have listed here, but they're still raising their hand and interested in attending. So hopefully we can have a full house.
And
it
didn't seem like, you had anyone saying, oh, well, we aren't going to that. It seems like, from just hearing the conversations that this was an event that folks realize how important it is.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what's great about our community is when you say the word veteran, the number of hands that are raised is just amazing. People that want to give time, want to give resources.
And coming up Saturday, November the 2nd, isn't it wild how close we are getting to it?
Yeah.
Saturday, November 2nd, 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at Post 1308. That's located at 445 North Albee Street, right next to the bus depot and the bank. But really a great venue, too. And Post 1308's been a great partner with us and honestly a great partner for the community, too.
Oh, absolutely. They have their tentacles in so many different organizations. It's a two-way street, of course, but they do a great job there, and they're a great resource for all veterans.
And I also see that there's a food truck available for lunch.
Absolutely.
Who are we eating from?
I don't remember the name of it.
It doesn't matter, man. Food's food.
Well, actually, the VFW, they're the ones taking care of the food truck.
Well, that's...
Yeah, they said, hey, we'll have a food truck there. So we said, okay, that's great.
And if it's from Post 1308, it'll be a darn good food truck. And we'll find out and link it in the article later on. But, take me through some of the services, some of the things that people can go and learn and achieve on November the 2nd from 10 to 2.
Well, it's going to be everything from legal, medical, dental, health resources, mental health, collaboration resources. In addition to, like Olin Winchester, of course, we're hiring all the time. So we'll have flyers there for employment. I know the other organizations will also have employment opportunities that are available that we can extend to folks that attend. So it's not just about, hey, here's what we have, take it. It's going to be, what do you need? And if we don't have the resource there, we'll try to research and direct those folks to where they can get help.
I really like that point, though. It's not here, take it. It's what do you need? And that's because sometimes you go to these fairs, which are fine, nothing wrong with them, but you get handed so much information. It's number one, overwhelming. Number two, 90% of it's really not for you. You might only be going for that one. Maybe it's a specialty thing that it does take a little bit more digging to do. Yep. I think that's very important to highlight.
Oh, absolutely. And we'll have we'll have areas set up for each organization that attends. So the attendees can gravitate to whatever need they have and ask the questions that they want to ask, and we can make sure that needs are met, if possible.
Well, and now how long has the Olin Veterans Network been active?
So in Winchester, it's only been active for 2 years.
Okay.
Olin Corporation, we have an Olin Veterans Network at one of our sites in Freeport, Texas, that's been established for a while, for a long time. They do a lot of great work.
Do you get some pointers from them? Do you get some pointers from them?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. When we did our kickoff, we had two of the Olin Veteran Network leaders from South Texas come to East Alton, and we had our Olin Veterans Network representatives from our plants, which we're in Independence, Missouri. We're down in Oxford, Mississippi, here in East Alton. So we had everybody attend a session up here in East Alton to kick it off.
That's really cool. And, there's so many other great opportunities within Olin. If you wanted to hit on them real quick one more time for, other volunteer networks that, you guys are a part of, plus just things that maybe the community doesn't realize as well. If they see somebody out there, there's a good chance that volunteer is an Olin employee with that, volunteer time off. That's really important to know.
And normally you'll see them in a T-shirt, and it has Olin Cares on the back, and it has our VTO slogan on the front.
That's really cool.
So you can identify them pretty easily. But as you said, I think our volunteer time off has been a game changer in our community. I think this year our goal is like 27,000 hours.
I'm not laughing. I mean, you just can't throw out that large of an. Are you close?
Yeah, for Winchester, through mid-year, we were at about 17,000. So last year we were over 17,000. So we really upped our goal for this year.
That's incredible.
And this is across all of our Winchester locations, but our employees are involved. I think they really love it. It gives them, like I said, something they can do as a group to develop culture, and that translates to on the job as well, right?
Well, and Tony, what's the best way, because we are going to link everything about this fair along with the committed vendors, and we'll have everything in a detailed write-up, but what's the best way for people if they wanted to maybe even be a vendor? Who do they reach out to? Who's the point of contact on this?
So our point of contact is Sherry Nacello, who's one of
Good
our...
lady.
She's one of our employees in customer service. And again, she's part of our network that just jumped in. And the great thing about our networks, too, is you don't have to be a veteran, or you don't have to be, whatever the network identifies that. If you want to help and you raise your hand, you can join
really
the
cool
Affinity
too,
Network.
yeah.
But you can email Sherry at slnacello, that's SLNASELLO, at Olin.com. That's OLIN.com. And she can get you directed to the right person. Or if you want to email me, it's dhaskins at Olin.com. That's DHASKINS at Olin.com.
And we'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. But, Dave, before I let you go, was there anything else you wanted to make sure that we got across today this morning about this Veterans Information Fair?
Just the fact that, we have a lot of people in our communities that have a need. Not just veterans, but a lot of people. And if you have a giving heart and a giving mind, and it's it's in you to get out and volunteer, I encourage you to do it, because you're going to get more out of it than those that need the help. I
100% agree with you, and I just think it's great that organizations like Olin are really giving back in all factors too, not just specific places, specific industries, or specific categories, but all across the board. And Dave, it was such a great time having you on the show today. Saturday, November the 2nd, 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at VFW Post 1308, right there on Albee Street. It's going to provide critical information to veterans on how, and most importantly, where to find resources that are available to them, especially, before that home loan that the VA provides too, that not a lot, I don't think that, veterans are starting to learn about it more, but at a time, I don't think too many knew about how great of a home loan option that was.
That's right. I didn't when I bought my first house, but I'm a veteran, so so whenever we bought our next house, I took the advantage of getting a VA loan, and you're right, it makes a difference.
A huge, and honestly, my brother said the same thing. Hey, we'll see you there November the 2nd. We'll link everything on an article on RiverBender.com. Dave, if you ever want to come back, talk more about what the Olin Veterans Network's doing and how we can be a part of it, just let me know.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time. And once again, appreciate you having us.
No problem. 9:26, a little bit of change on this Monday morning. We'll come back. More Daily Show will hit you next, right after this one.